ekimuyamba nti medical insurance
ngamba waliwo bano bo bamanyi abantu babaita super life aba abantu bane eddagala eririnakyo eriyambako kujulinga service nali mugambe aligezeeko.
So hi guys, morning kakati. I've done this morning broadcast because it has been a long time when I've not been here, so you might watch this video later on. And I have my followers that want me to help them select cars. Some of you guys are coming back home, Mova Kucheyo. You want a car to drive this Christmas, and I just wanted us to talk about buying a car this Christmas and what you need to know. It's important in Titemutomera. So I'm driving through this morning jam. Ngaburijo. Yeah, I've already covered a Groban Kubi Empeo, Kusheo Kagoma. So you guys, if you're driving your car, buy fuel from Shell Kagoma. Shell Kagoma Bankubi Empeo. I told the guy, put fuel anyway, Shell Kagoma aside, but don't take fuel from Shell Kagoma. Back Bempewo. Now, this Christmas, I have a follower of mine that called me up and he wanted to buy a car. Now, normally when someone WhatsApps me and they tell me, Arthur, I want to buy a car and I want you to help me select a car, I normally ask them, which car do you want, what is your budget, and I ask those specifics. And normally when I have this budget, probably 10 million, but I want a wish, I will tell you realistically, wish a million you get. But sometimes people go on with their delusions to meet you, and then they tell you, I have 10 million and I want a wish. I think there are people, brokers over government, you can get a car at any price. Something that brokers normally tell you, or your mechanics, that you be patient. Musimanya, we will get someone who tells you someone is there to get a problem when you need a car. You get what I'm saying? So a follower of mine came to me. He wants to buy a car and he's going to use the car for Uber. First of all, I want to state categorically that Uber is kind of a dead business. Okay, there is a time when Uber was very profitable. That time a person would drive a car that doesn't belong to them on Uber and they would actually make money from that and buy their own car, buy a second car, buy a third car. Right now I will tell you, and I've told my followers, Uber is not something you're going, I want you to think that you're going to do full time. Okay, now this is happening mostly to my followers probably in Dubai. Ayagala bwava in Dubai bwajja e Kampala abenga ina cha, they are not idle. Okay, but it's good. Fuel now is like 6,500 after I got trusted katika kakaga vitano. If you find someone telling you they're selling you fuel at 6,000 over 5,999, yeah, gajawa, where other people don't get the fuel. You get, so if fuel is at 6,500 and Uber is telling you that it's charging its passengers 7,000 and then it's taking 20%, gorowoza 20% 7,000 meka zenusuruko mubina chitegeza batuti magali badda amagoba ago. So Uber, if you're going to come from let's say Dubai or the UK and you don't want to be idle, so you want to buy a car for Uber or game for some time as you make money, you need to think of Uber as a second option for you. Okay, think of Uber as a business that you'll do part-time as you do other things. I have normally told you guys, if you had a business that you were doing ngoli e Kampala, come back swubula bobali mu subuzi and do that alongside the Uber. I hope you guys are listening, because if you said you guys regret later. So A client of mine, I was telling you, a follower of mine comes, ngayagala gula motoka. He has 8 million, but he doesn't want a Vitz. He doesn't want a Paso. Okay, let me be very clear, guys. You can't have 8 million in a way ronda. A million munana Antono. You get, even for a used car on Ugandan roads in Gasia Bond, million munana. Te way ronda, million munana. Eh? Ogamba bugami njagala motoka namu, and then you say what you want to use the car for, and you buy. You get. If you're going to say, me, I'm a big man, Sivuga Paso, increase money. Right now, Paso is the cheapest car in the market. You can get a Paso at Erikuyu BG at around 10 to 11 million. You cannot get a Vitz on the same number plate at the same amount. You can't. You get. So right now, the Paso is the most affordable car in money. So you can't have a small budget, no gamma, Sivuga. Now, let me tell you, if you have between 8 and 10 million, and you want to buy a car that is not going to disturb you, 8 to 10 million, think about a Vitz. That's the #1 choice. Okay? Think about a Vitz. Think about there is this car, they call it a Toyota Vista, Erimo Estate, and then Saloon. Okay? But my #1 recommendation is a Vitz, because Vitz has somehow lost resale value because the Paso came, the Sienta came, a lot of options have come. So you think about a Vitz, you think about, I say the Vista, then you think about the Corolla 2001 version, the one I drive, or 2002 if you get one. You think about the Fielder 2001, 2002 models. Nazote bazi sero soro zifuna million nga 10. Okay? You can think about a RAV4, but even the RAV4 imbeda tejja kuba nungi nnyo. But yes, but the RAV4 you could. You can't have, and I don't recommend the Raum old model. I don't know. I think because this Raum was really popular back in the day, people are stuck to thinking that a Raum, the old model, is a good car. I've told you time and again that the Raum old model is good if you don't have money. It means ogenda jigula nga toyina sente naye legenda kusala ngokola ki ng'ogitunda, because abantu abalina sente tebagula Raum. If they buy one, all of the new models they don't buy them. You get what I'm saying? Kati new model tebazagala nga tebagula old model yo. And I'm thinking by the time someone decides to buy a Raum, they don't have a lot of money, so they hope that they will upgrade later on. Sibo chiba? So if you have to upgrade, it's important that you buy a car that you will sell in a kusala. Okay? So if you have between 8 and 10 million, think about a Vitz, think about a Corolla 2002 and earlier versions, think about a Fielder 2002 and earlier versions. You can think about a Vista. Okay? Nera umo sobolo kujiroza ko the old model. You can also think of a Spacio old model. Na ye Spacio the old model did below 10 million, my brother. Yes, anyway. Also, the guys that you guys that are abroad and you want to come back and do Uber, probably, I'm thinking you want a car that has AC, because you're not going to do Uber with a car that doesn't have AC. Of course, you'll not be using it, but when they take you for inspection, they'll ask for AC. You know, kubange kola. Majority of the Raums that you'll get in that budget don't have AC. Okay? Majority of the Raums, majority of the Spacios you'll get in that budget don't have AC. Majority of the Vistas you'll get in that budget don't have ACs. Okujako, you can get a Fielder, you can get a Corolla that has AC. Majority of the RAV4s you'll get don't have AC. And my brother, if you get a Wish at 10 million, prepare like 9 to fit it up. Now, the brokers will tell you, brokers don't care. A broker will buy a car that has no things and sell it to another person because their job is to resell. So for him, he doesn't care. You need to be as realistic as possible. Oh, there is you can also buy a Primo between 8 and 10 million. The old model though, not the new one. You can buy a Primo, but still a Primo to judge Sangana SC for the guys that are going to be doing. I've realized that if you want a car that is between 8 to 10 million that has SC, that can pass the inspection here, Uber, for you guys that want to do Uber here, Vitz is going to be your first choice. Why? It's low fuel consumption. Tenure, I think that's what you want if you're going to be doing Uber. 2, katono, it's easier to maintain. 3, majority of the times akamoto kako jasanga bakavuze bulungi tebakavuga bubi. Okay, then resale value what they yakamo na yate it's not that bad. When it comes to a time for you to resell, you'll actually not lose that much money, or you might not actually lose money. Me, I drove a Vitz for 2 years and I didn't lose money, so I don't think you'll actually lose money. So the Vitz is number 1. For the guys that want to do Uber, I want to be specific. You're going to go buy a room agenda kubonya. You get what I'm saying? So for the guys that have between 11 and 15 million, kati ya utandiko kwero ndalonda mu someone has 80 million ngayagala Alex. You guys, tuleke munamwe. Of course the Alex is overpriced. Yes, it's overpriced, but that's the price that is there. You can't get an Alex, the Toyota Alex at 8 to 10 million. The Toyota Alex, you can get it at 13. At 13 yebambi. You get, yes, it's overpriced, but that's the price that is in the market. So if you have between 11 and 15 million, you can start to query onda munogamba. I want Spacio new model, I want Raumu new model, I want a Sienta, I want a Passo, I want a Ractis, I want a Primo new model. Awero, by the way, between 10 and 11 and 15 million, you have good money. You can get a car. Actually, between 11 and 15 million, you could just walk into a bond, pay the 15 million, nebakubanja million bill, and you come out with a Sienta. You get. So, bobo ina million 15. Beranga we matira na muko. Okay? Now, I charge between 350 to 500,000 to inspect a car for you. That's how much I charge. Tebiri munsonyi. If you want a good service, you need to be ready to pay for it. Genda kukebelera motoka mitwalo 10. So that I'm compromised. Because you're going to give me 100k, ngendo kebere motoka yo, and then the person selling will give me 500,000. Angabe toyogera. You get. So nze sagala onkeme. Ngompo obusente obutono. I inspect for between 350,000 to 500,000. Ate tugenda okuva munsanze ogenda okulaba emmotoka ze tugenda okulaba nga akasente kali mu nsawo sibanja bwe nkugamba ojja kumpayo emitwalo 4 tugenda tukebere emmotoka. My brother, I will give you a receipt definitely. I'll give you a receipt for that, and we don't stop until we have a good car for you. Okay, my job stops when we have selected the car nga nungi nga you're going to enjoy, ogenda kola enjoyment. But my charge stands between 350 to 500 depending on the car that we are going to buy. I know the amount of work that I'm going to be putting into your car. That's why I say between 350. Some cars will be, I'll charge you. But I don't go below 350,000 to go inspect. Kati, why am I charging that much? Because I'm going to drive my fuel in the city in your border. I will never. That's why I'm helping you guys. You get. But we are going to drive, and we are going to drive my fuel. Okay? And then we are going to go to these cars. But this is innocent Zompa. I don't go beyond Kampala. Okay? They cover Kampala only. If we are going to Wachiso, then you'll buy fuel. If you are going to another place other than Kampala, you'll buy fuel. But if we are in Kampala, we are inspecting cars in Kampala. Yeah, you pay the 350. You sit in my car. I tell you, Togula. I document the process, of course. I don't show your face if you're not comfortable, but I document the process because I don't just select cars. I select an experience for you. I select happiness. I select enjoyment for you. Njagala nkulondere motoka ogivuga emyaka musanvu nga you have no problem. If you tell me I want to resell, I want us to select a car that you will resell and enjoy reselling because you will not lose money. You get what I'm saying? So when I tell you my bills, sagala otyenyo. So this Christmas, if you're going to be buying a car, why do you need me? You need someone that is sober, someone that is logical, someone that is thinking straight. Normally when people are buying cars, kati atola we are going to Christmas, bagenda bagamba, Christmas period, emotoka ziba za bei. Who told you? That's something that brokers say to make sure bakuba. You get what I'm saying? Like those slangs. If you watched Council Yunus's video, he said the bali bamugamba ku markets in Emalayo. The guy that sold him a Golf was saying nguguziza raisi. Even when the car broke down and he was changing the gearbox, the guy came to him, olawe naguza raisi. Yeah, the guy actually yamukubako. So it's important for you to know that it does not matter what time of the year it is, you need to buy well. And for you to buy well, you need someone that thinks straight. That is me. Kati, someone is probably thinking, why am I giving this guy 500k? You're giving me 500k to not spend 1 million the next 1 week. Because oija kwagala that 500k, and then ogule motoka next week ekube engine. Oba ogule motoka next week ekube gearbox. Because you didn't have someone there to tell you togula. We all need someone that can actually give us a slap when we are making the wrong decision. Nakuba gwe, you don't only live once. You get, that will be me. I'm going to document the process. Why? It's because if I said don't buy that car and you buy it, I need to have evidence that I actually told you don't buy the car. So that when you buy the car and want to tell people that I went with Arthur to buy this car and he let me buy it, I have evidence where I'm saying that because you realize when Council Yunus was buying his Golf, they were all signs that were, the signs were there. Izimugamba togula. For example, the tires were deflated. That is sign number 1. The car. 2, he engaged the reverse gear and it refused to. But then the guy told him, see Toyota. Osoka kuteka mu drive. No, you can take more reverse. But which car works like that? So all those signs, when you have someone that is sober, you can save money. Okay? So let's start thinking. Tuleme kulowozanga banna Uganda bali abedda nti bali abagamba teka sente wolaba. Kati wano togenda kulaba wo naye ojja kulaba wo ng'ovuze motoka yo 4 years nga you're having peace. It also, this money includes me telling you which car actually to buy, what do ina gwejo yagala. You get, because you may want to buy a RAV4, but when you don't really need a RAV4. I'll give you an example, guys. A friend of mine, of course he's in his very late 30s, we were chatting and he was telling me how he wants to now buy double cabin. And I was asking him, why do you want to buy double cabin? And he was telling me that he wants to buy double cabin because men in his age bracket are buying double cabins. You get? And I was asking him, what are you going to use this double cabin for? And then Nana Nagira. And this happens a lot to people that think that they are buying cars for certain use. So I was asking him, double cabin, do you have a farm? And guys, he doesn't have a farm. What business are you going to use the double? Because double cabins are very expensive on the market. And then he actually realized he doesn't have anything he's going to use the double cabin for. So in actual sense, you come to Mingo in Emoroga Joyagara, then we'll talk about it and then figure out whether you actually need to buy this car or you need to think about another option. You get what I'm saying? You need a sober mind that will sit down with you and then you think about it. Because there are people that are asking me about the IST. The IST is overpriced. You're going to find an IST or UAM, yet at 15 million, you can go to the bond and get a solid car. You get what I'm saying? So you don't just go blind, no gambo rokuba, this is the car on the market, let me go buy. Bagati primo you a million kumina monana, no gana primo you when you can get a Sienta, ngeriku UBL, million kumina monana. You get what I'm saying? Some of these things, when you're buying cars at a Christmas period, baba banyo. Because they tend to tell you that during the Christmas period, because a lot of people are buying. But let me tell you, this season don't be lied to. People are not buying cars because amafuta ga bei. You get, yes, there is traffic jam. The people that have cars are getting used to the situation, but those that don't have cars are buying the cars. So the cars are generally just expensive, but the reason they are expensive is because there is no importation of old cars. I'll give you an example. In 2020, the Toyota Passo yali ya million 13 million a new Passo, either 1.3 or 1.0. It was 13 million. Today the Toyota Passo, the same one, is 17 million. You get million. Yeah. So it's important for you to understand that generally cars are expensive. I'll give you an example. You see that Corona Chibina? Huh? That one. If you had a Corona Chibina on UBD, bajigura million musanvu, no matter what. You get, bajigura musanvu. Omuntu agura Corona Chibina at 10 million. Aba yetaga kebera bwongo. Oba torowoza. You get, oba torowoza. So it's important for you to know and make the right decisions. You get what I'm saying? Kati when you're going to buy a car for Christmas, my brother, kwate mitwala 5 gateekwa yagoga atha tugende fenna akebere motoka angambe yogula eyotogula gula boti, because some of you guys are coming back to Uganda for like a month or two, and also there are guys that will not be buying cars. If you're not going to use the car for anything, why are you getting 20 million ogendo gule motoka mubon? Let me tell you this, the math is simple. If you're going to need a car for 2 months, $2 million bill. Okay? At 2 million, you can hire a good car. You can hire a car for 2 months. 2 million, go take a mafuta no vuga. You can actually negotiate a service with the Bamokola. So if I can hire a car for 2 million in 2 months, I'm going to pay funds around the $1. You can actually go back no bagamen on Jikoye Mumpendala. There are companies that hire cars. You get, so why would you get 20 million, 15 million and buy a car you're going to drive for 2 months, or to koku jitu nekusali million itano? This is basic math. So if you are in the UAE and you're going to be in Uganda for 2 months, emyezi ja Christmas ejo, okay? Don't buy a car jogenda ovuga emyezi ebiri nga talina kyegenda kukolera ate omalodde yo. Bw'oba ine million zo 15, 13 ziteeke wali. Kwatako million 2 opangise motoka. Okay? Emyezi gyebiri weyagala ojoge, because those cars are comprehensively insured. Okay, of course bwogitomeza akasente ko kali kabaka kayinda kufaayo, so you need to also be careful, but at least you have not spent an extra 13 million on a car that you don't really need. You get what I'm saying? There is a follower of mine here. She was a lady, I think. She asked me if I only drive the car once in 1 month a year, should I buy a car? Because there are people that drive cars Christmas period yo car. You get, half of the people I know would give you their car for 2 weeks. No again the one no joga. Every year you go with a different car. You spend 700k. Get what I'm saying? Instead of hiring no papa and you buy a car, the only reason you should own a car is if you need to on the daily. If you drive a car once a week, you can hire a car at 100,000 a day. You get what I'm saying? No take a mama no vuga, no jizaye wanyiniyo. So if you drive a car once a week, why are you buying a car? But at also parking, because majority of the people that have cars, they rent. Ngatene wabapangisa tewali parking space. It means nti osasula 12,000 buli lunaku eza parking. Emmotoka wagigula million 10. Okyasula emitwalo 6 buli mwezi ejja parking. Sije emitwalo 6, 7 eya. So imagine you own that car for 10 years. You have paid 7.2 million in parking fees. Simple math. So if you drive a car once a week, take away mitwalo jana ja kupangisa motoka every month, upangise motoka, you will be saving. Because majority of the time a car does not gain value. A car loses value. I told you last time that the moment you get a car from the bond, no jija your what? no from a bond what you use a million abiri. If you take it back to the same bond, they are buying it 17 million. That is very good in an hour. You get, so cars lose value. That's why if you saw Council Yunus's video, the broker Yamitan Apollo stole 3 million from him for just driving the markets for 5 days. Because Apollo knows that cars lose value. You get, of course that was a very bad thing. Yamubba. But that shows you that your car will lose value. The moment you drive it out of the bond, it loses about 3 million. So it's important for you to understand before you go purchasing cars in Uganda Jivuganga once a week. But that is basic math. And don't go buying a Harry Yakawundo for swag. Harry Yakawundo baso wajju kupangisa emitwalo 15 a day. Ne wevugamu no joga. You get emitwalo 15. 15 kwa abiri. No take a amafuta and you drive it, you enjoy it for a day. So why are you buying it? Why are you buying a Mitsubishi Pajero, the GDI that is right in front of me? Because the GDIs have their problems. I don't think there is a day I go without seeing a GDI on a car carrier. It can't be a coincidence. If I want to carrier to take a GDI to break it down, that is quite impossible. So so this Christmas, as you think of buying a car, you need to be more sober than ever, because people are broke. I've just told you because people are poor. That's why okay? So, and brokers are ruthless. A broker will laugh, will smile with you. A mechanic will smile with you, but a mechanic is not your brother. In other words, the mechanic even wants a car that he's going to be fixing every day. He's looking out for himself and his family. Because you're going to keep going to his garage, you'll be giving him a 10K every 2 days, which is for him, it's repeat buying. Sometimes he'll even upsell you. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. That's why I'm offering my service. Yes, you can come with your mechanic as well, and that would be actually a thing that I can tell you is your mechanic compromised, because in Zembalaba, because your mechanic may be compromised. A mechanic, statement. If you saw Council Yunus's video, if you have not seen Council Yunus's video, go and see Council Yunus's video when he talks about the Golf that he bought. He will tell you that he went with the broker. The broker actually confirmed, told him to buy the car. But when the car started dying, the broker told him, Chokanga, when they were buying the car, the broker told him, you get, actually, the mechanic that was fixing the car was given to him by someone that told him they trusted the mechanic. So he had a mechanic that he thought he could trust. Even the mechanic knew the Golf had a problem. You get, so brokers and mechanics are one and the same. It's important for you to go there and go money, but you need to go with someone that you know this person is going to be on my side no matter what, and that is me. The mechanic will be compromised, the broker will be compromised, I will not be compromised. Why? I have a brand to protect that you guys have helped me build over time. I don't want it to die when you come and say, Arthur helped me buy a bad car. So I'm not going to be part of you getting a bad car. That's why when someone comes to me Nagamba, Arthur, you have asked for 400,000. What I do, I tell you, you go get someone else to do that for you at the amount you think you should be doing it, because I don't want to compromise my service so that you give me money that only covers my fuel at 2K, and then the people that are selling the car give me much more money. I told you guys, when someone is selling a car, they can even offer 1 million shillings to the person that says Gura. the person that has the final word. You guys take it for granted, but the guys that sell cars will go that far. Katiyiga. There was one thing I wanted to show you guys. You guys make. You see those traffic lights? The arrow says you go down, then the other one says you go forward. But there is another sign there called corner, the one that has a red circle. That means no right turn. Majority of people don't know what that sign means. And traffic officers will be waiting for you if you take a right turn. Talk about Toyota Ractis. I'm coming back to Uganda with 15 million. Yes, you can get a Toyota Ractis at 15 million and it will be good. It will be good. You can get a Toyota Ractis. It will not be the current number, but Ractis generally has no problem. You need to know that the Ractis has a CVT gearbox, and the CVT gearbox is one of the problems that we are facing here, because majority of mechanics don't actually know how to fix these CVT gearbox or to maintain them. First of all, the CVTs don't use our regular hydraulic. They use special hydraulics, and it's very expensive. So some people go to Shell, they choose hydraulic and the CVTs start failing. So you need, when you're buying a Ractis, you need to make sure the gearbox works perfectly, that it accelerates. When you accelerate, it works perfectly. I think in the Ractis, that's one of the things you need to check, or to make sure that you check the gearbox. But also, if you're buying a Ractis, you buy the Ractis that has the 1NZFE engine, okay? 1NZFE. If you look in front, you can actually watch the video. We did a review video of the Toyota Ractis. Okay, so you can watch that. No Karaba. I did two versions. I did the version that has a 1.3, which is the one that is in the Paso. But I also did the one that has the 1NZFE engine. That is the one I recommend. Okay, now that it doesn't really matter. Both those engines have a CVT gearbox. Now, one thing you need to know about the CVT gearbox is that the CVT gearbox is very expensive. So if you buy a car that has a faulty gearbox, you may end up spending about between 2.5 to 4 million to either fix it or to buy a new gearbox. So it has a CVT. The one NZFE engine is the new version of the engine that I have in my Corolla. Okay, the one NZFE engine is the engine that is also in the Toyota Fielders. The Toyota Fielders that have a 1.5cc engine have that engine. It's a very reliable engine, very good. Also, you need to make sure that car made denyo. From my experience, and actually Council Yunus told me to check out Ractis on the road. I've seen them Baba Tomeda Nye Mabega, Baba Tomeda Nyom Mosaidzi. So you need to check those things. But of course, then you also need to check that that car has no accidents. And because you're going to buy a car that is at a high budget, you need to check other things as well. The suspension system, the shocks and all. You need to make sure, because they're going to be more okay, that just be alaisi. When they say the car is easy to maintain, let me tell you times that a person will tell you a car is easy to maintain when it actually is not. One, a person buys a car from the bond and he doesn't fix anything for a year. The one thing he will tell you is that the car is easy to maintain. But in actual sense, the car is not easy to maintain. He just hasn't maintained or fixed anything. But the easier thing to tell you is that the car is easy to do what? To maintain. But the Toyota Ractis, my brother, is good. Gura Ojoge. Yeah, you can go and buy. Just check those things. But of course, there are things that I shouldn't tell you that are basic. If you're going to buy a Ractis, make sure the AC is working, because the time you get to sell it to anyone, you get it's important for you to understand. Yeah, but Ractis has no problem. That's why there are many on the road. Right now, Ractis, since you have 15 million, you can get an extra 8 million. And you're going to leave that car for some time, go to the bond and buy a new one. Boba tosobola 15 million can still get you a good car. And so I told you guys, there is a video where I said you should not buy a car from the bond. I wasn't trashing bonds, but normally cars from the bond that are on the road. Because normally someone buys a car from the bond, they are not and agiteka sport rims and all, then wamalate ukujitunda ila ne musala. So but if you could buy it from out, now the only trouble I see with buying the CVT cars outside on the road is that you might find the gearbox is failing. The gearbox kufa, and they don't tell you the other thing, the new cars. Let me show you. The old cars like the one I drive, they have this. You see that? That's a temperature gauge. The new cars don't have a temperature gauge. I did not fill my tank. It's not my fault. So these new cars don't have temperature gauges. Zidina what we call a light. There is a blue light. It's normally in the left hand corner. Now that light, it's blue when the car is cold, and it doesn't light when the car is at optimum temperature. But when the car is overheating, that light will turn red. Abantu abasinga, you're welcome, Ronald. Abantu abasinga, they don't actually look at those lights. Same thing that happened with the Toyota Voxey. You know when they said that the Voxey is problematic. The only time you'll get problems with the Toyota Voxey is if it overheats. Okay, because of the type of the material they use in the engine. When it overheats, you'll start getting a lot of problems until you change the engine itself. So, but it's because, yes, morning Amy, you have 8 million, you need a Noah. You're going to have trouble, my sister. You can get a Noah even at 6 million. Amy, 8 million Noah. What are you going to use the Noah for? Because that can also be that. Are you going to use it for a school van? Because sometimes if you're going to use the car for school van, sometimes it doesn't matter how the body looks. You can go and polish it up a little. But if driving that car for your my sister, but we can still get a newer, but a good newer would start at around 13 million from experience. Okay, and you're going to drive that car where you got it. You get what I'm saying? Where you got it, it will start at around 13 million. But even at 8, even at 6, you can get a newer. But you get. So you tell me, Amy, what you're going to use the newer for, and then we can start from there. Yeah. Wamala Stephen, I think I've answered your question of the Ractis. By the way, Stephen, 15 million you want sent Ojoga, my brother. 15 million Ojoga. Ojogera dollar. Yes, Mr. Azan, big up, my brother. 15 million, Stephen Ojoga, you have money there. Yeah. So Amy, tell me what you're going to use the car for. But if you can't tell me here now, you can WhatsApp me 0752 991-051, and then we have a chat to Rabe Chochiko later. Yeah, just know you guys that whichever amount you have, you can get a car. You can get a car even at 2 million. But what are you going to use the car for, and what are you going to? Because if you're going to be driving a car from Namayumba, you can even get a car to 1 million. No gide yo mucharo. You get Mark 2 grand, depending if you don't Serwada, yes. Mark 2 grand, neboba ne million munana so orofuna Mark 2 grand, but million munana obate wero onda number. Emipira jiba mirwadde obogenda gule emipira. Of course, I tell you guys that majority of the time, if you buy a car in Uganda, you're going to buy new tires. Okay? So that should not worry you. But Mark 2 grand, I've told you guys, Mark 2s don't die. It is if as the moto kabanangi. Omuzungu yakola Mark 2. Mark 2s don't die. So once you buy a Mark 2, you can basically just drive it forever. The engines don't die, the gearboxes don't die. Contrary to what people tell you, the Mark 2s don't actually consume a lot of fuel. So so Mark 2, you can start from 8 million up to around 20 million depending where you're buying it, which condition it's in. When they are actually selling to you the extras, omuntu agule moto ye n'agikola ebintu nga butufu nayo bikunyumiranga naawe okiraba nti jamu sente zaayo. So Mark 2 grand starting 8 million you can get one. Yeah, but of course Mark 2 grand zirimu ebika bibiri. There is one that has a small indicator on the sides. I'm sure you've seen it. But then there is another Mark 2 grand that has an indicator that goes all around the light. The one that goes all around the light is the 2000, I think, 2 model. Mark X. So I would really recommend that you buy the latest. Like I've always been telling you, if you're buying a car, it's always better for you to buy a new model, because new models are better. They have better resale value. Okay, IST. If you guys want to buy an IST, that's the IST you should buy. Okay, just after the Raum behind the lorry, that's the IST you should be buying. And if buying a Raum, don't buy that Raum. A Jakutama, you get. Don't buy that one. Buy the new model. Yeah. So I think I've answered your question, Fred. The 8 million of Funa. Then David is asking, I need a Toyota Wish for special hire or Uber. Yes. Now, David, one thing you need to know: Uber has classes where they Kolachi. When it's registering your car, in classes. What were the ones that are small cars? I think you have already explored this. The Rawums, the Spacios, Wezigwa. Then the what were about over 7-seater, 8-seater. Now, it will work for you. But if you have money, buy the one that has a valve-matic engine. Okay? The one that has a valve-matic engine will consume less fuel and give you more power. But even the one with the VVTi engine will work for you. But when you're buying the one with the VVTi engine, buy the one that has 1.8 cc. It will give you better mileage than the one with 2.0. Okay? Of course, I'm saying this because I know Uber, it's very hard for you to find the time when you carry all the passengers that the car takes. No matter Jacobango to so it will give you good mileage. I've said it time and again that there are times that the car that has a smaller engine will consume more fuel. When is that? This is when this happens when you use the car to do a lot, to carry bigger load, than what was prescribed for that type of engine. For example, if you get a Toyota Vitz and you make it carry 7 people, again kunywa mafuta. Okay, because it was developed to carry 5 people. So so David, if you're going to be buying the Wish, buy the 1.8 cc version. Your engine, I don't remember the code. Review video. In my videos, you can look at it. And the lady actually told us experience. Yeah, with it, it will work. Uber Wish because normally people want to sit in cars that are spacious. But when you're buying that Wish, make sure Ogremoro can get SC. In other words, because majority of the times that cars that don't have SC, zibaza atomera ko maso akatimba ne konooneka, then akatimba bwe konooneka olinga bya SC akolachi abivaako, and it's very expensive for you to replace katimba and all. It might take you about 700,000 to 1 million for you to replace it. Yeah, so yeah, Azan has told you to buy Wish. It's better for Uber because of space. Very good. Do I need to be around when you are inspecting, or actually someone can trust you with money so that you look for him? Or yes, you don't need to be around, my brother Ronald. You don't need to be around. But when you're buying a car and you're not around, you send someone that will drive your car home. Okay, I'm not going to keep the car for you. You send someone again to motoka ye waka, the same person that will sign on the papers. The other thing you need to do is when you buy a car, you send me your TIN number, your names, because in the Sigura motoka zitagenda kola transfer immediately. So normally I tell my people that when we are buying a car, we need to talk to the person selling us the car so that they actually do the transfer there and then. Okay, ugenda nga transfer forms ozina, and in that week latest you have the car in your names. It's important for you to know. So when you send me someone, or by it's your wife or by your brother, someone that you trust that will tajja kutomeza motoka yo, and then they drive your car home. Yeah, we'll send you a video showing you the car we are buying now, so that will just see ma. Yeah, so I hope I've answered you. Yeah. So very soon we are going to be doing a video on taxis. I know people that want to do the taxi business. We are going to be talking to a friend of mine that has done the taxi business for like the past 10 years. His father was doing the same business. He's doing the same business. Basically, it's a family business. He will give us advice and tell you which cars you should buy, and how much is recommended, how to manage the business. But also, I'm going to talk to a guy that has a lorry business. I'm going to talk to a driver as well, one that's driven it. Bababulide, how do they actually cheat you? It's important that you go into a business in Gojimanyi, other than, because I've seen people that bought new taxis and they failed totally. Motoka nemulema ngati yagula mpya ya boni milioni 8 sente nezifa n'amayiza nga taxi agitunze milioni 3 na ne sente tezikoze. You get, so you don't want to be that person. So I'm going to do that for you. We are going to talk to someone that has been in the taxi business for more than, he started probably at 18. When we finished S6, he's my OB. He went straight into the taxi business. Kati aina a fleet of taxis that belong to him. He has helped people buy taxis as well. Yeah, so it's important for us to know. Let me go in the business and you're blind. You get. Yeah, so my time is almost coming to an end. If you have a question, where is it? To cheat demo. I'm headed to work. I just realized that jam agenda kunkwata. What better way to utilize this jam? Now there are folks that have been saying camera yango olumwe bambi munange. Sometimes H6 is a cheap one, but I'm going to buy a light. This is one of the best phones to have to use on camera, and also wabokoesa camera ya bulijo you cannot do YouTube lives. Yeah. So but I'm going to get a light. I'm going to get light enhanced. I'll also document that process so that you know you can actually replace this small light with a bigger one that will give you good light. And then the sound, I actually have sound equipment. Yeah, our bosses, but Sasula with our money. Okay, by is it wise to buy a car on loan to use it for Uber? Now, Mr. Maheno, or it's a lady, but I think this is a gentleman. Is it wise to buy a car on loan now? One, let me first tell you the situation in Uber. Uber is not that profitable. So buying a car on loan to do Uber, when you okubanga wezi car. I know about 2 guys that I told not to do it. And they ended up saying you said the right thing. Kakati, don't buy a car on loan to do Uber. I don't think anyone should buy a car on loan for anything. Because a car is an asset if you buy it with cash. When you have made the right decision, okay? When it comes to a time of selling, I'll get my money out. You get? For me, when I buy cars, I buy a car knowing that I'm keeping my money there. In case I get an emergency, the first thing I sell is the car. I buy another car, a cheaper car. So that's why I normally don't drive a car for more than a year. Because in Womububuka, ofunamu challenges, and you need money. So you need to have something that you can sell quickly. Normally, it's a car. Okay? Because cars are needed by people almost all the time. So when you need money, you can sell it. But don't buy a car on loan to do Uber. It's not wise. First of all, if you buy a car on loan, just know that car is 12. Anyone that sells you a car on loan has put in more money, interest. You're paying interest. You get. So just know if you buy a car on loan, you're paying more than you should be buying it on cash. So don't buy a car on loan to do Uber, to do anything. If you're going to buy like a lorry or a taxi, because those cars, the business model is clear. I drive on the road, I pick people, I take them. I drive to the stage, someone comes, they want to move stuff, they load them on my truck, I take them, they pay me. It's a motor casino business model is clear. But the Uber business model is not controlled by you, it's controlled by someone other than you. Senga app galawe yencha, ngabacha kubanya million monana. Where are you going to get the 8 million? You get what I'm... Yes, I know it's asset finance. You mean you have a job, and if you have a job and money is cut from your salary, like every month they did that, you can buy a car on loan, no problem, because you may not even feel that. But if you're going to be doing Uber as a job, no way, because people that have jobs can buy cars on loan and they still be successful. But if you're going to buy a personal car, I don't recommend people buying personal cars on loans, because you'll find that you're paying almost 5 million extra. You get. For example, if a VIT is at 18 million in the bond, if you go to buy it on loan, they'll sell it to you at 20, 21. It's not worth it. You get what I'm saying? So, but if it's asset financing and they are deducting money from your account every month, your money that you get from a job, you can buy. But if you're going to pay that car totally from Uber, I don't recommend it. That's honest. I don't recommend it. So someone is saying 15 million, can I get a new Raum new model? Yes, 15 million you can get a Raum new model. You can get a Spacio new model, but it's not the current number plates. You can get U8. 15 million is good money. 15 million is good money. 15 million is good money. So Tewabawa Kugama 15 million is small money. If you have 15 million and you need a car, we can get a good car. Okay? You can get a Wish, you can get a RAV4, the new model, you can get a Nuwa, very good one. 15 million you can basically get almost any car you desire. It will not be new, but you can get one in very good condition. Okay? So I have to say bye-bye, guys. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for watching this video, even when I've come at a time that is not custom to me, very early in the morning. So I'm already at my workstation. Yeah. I'm already at my workstation, guys. So I'll see you next time. If you have not watched videos, the videos I've done in the past, you go in the video, my videos, check out one that I have a lot of reviews. I have a Toyota Noah, I have a Toyota Wish, we have a Ractis, we have a lot of cars that we have reviewed. Yeah, so I'll see you next time. Share this channel with your friends, share video with your friends. Bye bye.